Hi, this is Trivial Punk, and we're playing Doom 3. Now, it's been a while since I've played this game. Not just now, but also since I did the last Let's Play. I don't really remember the controls or anything, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Dude, this is running at 60 frames a second. That's intense. Like, it's not making a big difference to gameplay, but things definitely look smoother. I think what we'll do, I've got the recorder set to just 30 because I mean you're not really going to notice much of a difference on YouTube or anything. Also, it saves space on my computer. I might run the next one at 60 though and just see if there's a difference, because I mean this looks pretty cool. I could see a difference in the gameplay visually, so I'm not sure if you'll actually see one. Give it a shot though. Anyways, the reason I came back here, like I like Doom 3 and everything. It gets a little bit tiresome after a while. I mean, there's not really a lot to think about going on here. It's basically just, like, interesting concepts and gameplay, right? Now, what the fuck? There's two of them! Oh my god, I should have thought about that! I'm dead. Alright. Now, what I was trying to say before I got gangbanged by pinkies, is that there's not a lot to really think about in this game. I mean, it's pretty simple. I'm in a corridor, I shoot things, and they're aliens, and they're from hell. Literally from hell, so I don't have to feel bad about anyone. Because, I mean, I've been playing Watch Dogs, and as much as it's just a game, you do kind of have to consider some of the implications of it. I mean, that's half the fun of role-playing, right? But, I mean, a lot of the games I've been playing lately have sort of, like, dark and gritty and, like, oh, you're murdering people, but you're an anti-hero, so it's okay, don't worry too much about it, but definitely consider the implications as a person, etc. And that gets tiresome after a while, especially to Let's Play, because it's like, these aren't... Because, I mean, it's basically just me role-playing a character, which is fine, I like doing that, but it doesn't give me a lot of leeway to talk about things, you know what I mean? Okay, so apparently I thought it was a good idea to put duck on the right control stick. I don't know why that would be. Yeah, oh, God! How do I... Oh, because this is sprint. Where does that other pinky come out of? Come out, wherever you are! And give me health while you're at it, because I could use some. That's not a lot, but it'll have to do. Why aren't you dying? That's probably what they're thinking, too. Okay, that's weird. Usually the shotgun does more damage than this. Am I just missing, or did they change some of these? Because it definitely seems like there's been an update to this game, so I think we're going to have to move a little bit more cautiously than we have been. Which means running with better firepower. Okay. Let's go. There's a locker here. Okay, how do I open the saving? That was the quick save. Alright, that's that. How do I bring up my PDA again? There we go. Let's see.
This is the audio log of maintenance technician.
You know what? It's not that important, really. Let's not waste time. But yeah, I mean, I've been working on,
was able to locate your position. Systems are beginning to malfunction and shut down.
Oh, thank God.
Service disruptions throughout the entire base. How long I'll be able to track you. Bravo team has just entered the encroachment. Pick up the pace. You aren't far behind.
Cool. I never actually reached them because, you know. But here's the thing. I'm gonna... Yeah, you know, this is a video game. You never reach the person you're chasing unless it's, you know, a story-driven game. Anyways, the thing is like, I've been working on transhumanism all week, which is an incredibly self-aware process. Like, in order to be aware of, or even work with transhumanism, you have to be, you know, thinking about what it means to be human.
Help me? I'm trapped in here. Release the door locks and get me out.
There you go.
Thank you.
See ya. Don't die. Well, because the elements that make up consciousness are basically what we're working with here. Like, when you talk about what humans are, you have to talk... Or, wait, moving past humans, you have to be very aware of what humans are. Not in all ways, because there's many things we don't know, but the basic concepts of what makes up humanity are what we're talking about. And it's a lot of stuff to keep in mind, and it's a lot of stuff to work with. And, to be honest, it's very emotionally stressful to have to remind myself constantly that I'm just... My entire, like, existence is a theoretical illusion cobbled together by meat bits, you know? It's weird. I mean, there's a nobility to it, definitely, and humanity itself is something to be respected strictly because of how sublime it is, but...
Thanks for getting me out of there.
It's still stressful to have to accept it.
In the chamber when the power went out. I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand why none of the systems are responding. I'm going to try to get an uplink into the main system from here. This is a secure terminal. I might be able to get a connection.
So you can see why I'd like to just sort of like hang out and shoot at things. It's very uncomplicated. I don't have to think about the fact that they have lives and emotions and stuff. It's like, oh, well, I mean, they do, but they're demons and they're evil, so fuck them. And I'm not getting into a moral debate about whether or not it's right to kill demons, because then I'll just mess myself up even further. I mean, not that I'm messed up, it's stressful. Very stressful. And it's hard to pin down why. To explain it, it sounds silly. Chain gun. Marine Command
Welcome
briefing.
to Mars, Marine. This briefing is designed to acquaint you with a few of the standard operating procedures here on the Mars post. First and foremost, chain of command. All enlisted personnel are under the command of Master Sergeant Thomas Kelly. Sergeant Kelly will assign you to a security detail headed by a security chief. Please report to your security chief for all.
I hate to tell you, but
concerns.
a lot of those people have been
While on
possessed
duty,
by
please
demons.
stay on your assigned patrol
Which I'm
coverage
sure is not a
area.
metaphor for anything. Alright, let's see what that other PDA that we just picked up.
Security log number 3072 for Delta Security Chief Michael Abrams, November 15th, 2145. I've just come from the Armament Division where I was issued one of the new BFG 9000 series weapons. Well, they weren't kidding about how much lighter it is over previous prototype models. Won't be so bad carrying this one around. Anyhow, for a couple of weeks now, many of the security teams have not been following proper reporting procedures. Not sure if it's the format of the new SIR, so I'll make sure each team is scheduled by training division to get spun up on the new reports. There have been some security issues in the Alpha Labs. I sent a team over to investigate, and now I can't reach them on any contact. So I'll have to go over there myself. Well, I'm headed over there now. I'll finish the security report in full when I get back. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm gonna leave this BFG locked in my office for now. Please have IT security change my door code to 901. Sure as hell don't need anyone messing around with it. Chief Abrams, end of law.
Is that guy's room? Damn it! Ah well, 901, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good thing I'm using your comm. But anyways, I think writing and thinking about existentialism is stressful for the same reason that watching a horror movie is stressful. It's basically being constantly reminded about something you really don't want to think about. I mean, no brain wants to remind itself that it's not technically a thing, that it's an ongoing process, as beautiful as that might be. Because, I mean, we've formed this ego idea that we are singular beings, and not a process of being a singular being. It's a complicated thing. Follow... Yeah, that'll be good. I'm just gonna follow the disembodied voice and the bloody footprints.
They took my baby.
I'm just gonna reload. Ooh. Is that a gift from the ghost girl? Let's just forget that happened. Pull it off as being insane.
Schematics show all passages out of your area blocked. The only way through it by reversing the EFR, mechanical subsystem with 2 possible routes through it. Activating the system will get you a direct route, but it's dangerous. Extending the service bridges is safer, but the lighting systems are fried. Make a choice, Marine. Good luck.
You know we're taking the dangerous route. Don't even ask. So when you said dangerous, did you mean like shoddy platforming dangerous, or did you mean like people with guns dangerous? Because I don't know if I can first-person platform that well. It's been a while since Half-Life. But I guess not in this game? Because I can't remember when this game was made. Activate all the systems, because I can. Because any action you take might be considered progress in a game this linear, so therefore you can take any action available to you. As long as it doesn't involve, like, jumping off of a roof, or something equally silly. Cool. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. Alright, so that's all good then. You know, I gotta give props to the guys and girls who did this. Guys, girls, and anyone who might have... The people who did this. This looks incredibly smooth. Like, it looks nicer without looking choppier, you know? Like, some games get updated and they look bad. This was clearly put together thoughtfully. Like, even the smoother movements don't make the models look chunky. I mean, while I'm playing anyways. Maybe you'll notice it because you're watching. Which are different experiences altogether. That was one of the things, like... Well, I had to realize at one point that in order to Let's Play, the things that I found exciting to do aren't necessarily going to be exciting to watch. And it's kind of difficult to figure out exactly, like, what those things are. Like, so far people seem to like, you know, RPGs and watching character growths and making moral choices, like anything that lets you interact with the person, but you have to be invested in the person. And that's where it kind of breaks down, because I'm not sure how to get people invested in watching me play video games. Other than giving back as much as I can, but I don't have a lot to give. I try to give away free games all the time, but no one will take them. They're still on the website if you'd like. Just go to my blog and grab a game. I don't like advertising either, honestly. I mean, from my perspective, advertising is a pretty grotesque abuse of psychological theory. Not like advertising like you're a person, like, oh, this is something I'm doing. That's not what I mean by advertising. I'm not sure if that's what anyone means by advertising. What I mean is, like, the way we contrive entire environments in order to get people to do something, to buy something, or believe something. I mean, useful. Very, very useful. But for me as a person, it kind of contradicts the ethical codes that I signed onto when I started studying this as like a scientist. Because I mean, you have to respect the people that you're working with, and advertisers, I'm sure, respect the people they're working with to some degree. I don't know any advertisers is the problem. I'm sure if I did, I'd be like, oh, I'm being an arrogant sod right now. But advertising in general, what I mean is that, like, when I'm being a psychologist, I have to look at people as things, as their aggregate behavior, as all of the elements that make up them, but I have to be very aware that they are people. And the only thing that stops me from really feeling like a monster when I'm doing that is the respect that I have for their humanity. You study people because you have great respect for them. However, if I was to spend my time manipulating them in order to believe things or buy things, I would feel bad about that, because that would be me disrespecting their ability to choose. And that's, for me, really one of the few things that defines humanity. For me. So, using the things I've learned, like all of the idealists that I've, I guess, turned into hero role models over time, would be disappointing. I mean, I don't know. It's a thing. I have great respect for advertisers. Their work is brilliant. It's amazingly well done. It's but on some level, I feel like I would be disrespecting one of my personal codes. The other thing, though, is that I'm well aware that people see the world differently than I do, right? So if someone else has a different code of ethics than I do, then they're going to do different things than I do. And there's a point where that becomes a problem, but not for advertisers. They're trying to get attention for products and stuff. But we can't forget that by getting attention, we are manipulating people. I mean, as long as we're honest about it, it's not really a big deal, right? Because any and all forms of communication could be considered a manipulation, depending on your perspective on that, like what you're trying to get them to do. And I guess, ultimately, the real problem for me is that I don't have enough faith in what I'm shilling to try to convince people that it's a good idea. Maybe that's the problem. I think if you have enough faith in the thing, then perhaps it is ethically sound to advertise it, because you want people to... Oh, I'm dead. Because you want people to experience it and to... oh, shit. Oh, when was the last time I saved? Really? Oh my god.
Activating the system will get
Alright, we're just gonna...
extending the service bridges is safer, but the lighting system is fine. Make a choice. Good luck.
It's interesting, actually. Never considered it that way. But I mean, without being cynical or sensitive, let's still acknowledge that there is a qualitative difference between someone posting something on Twitter for their fans and specifically designing a marketing campaign so that everyone on a street has to see it, or so that everyone within a certain demographic will be encouraged through force of, I guess, social pressure to indulge. Like, those things seem sleazy to me. I'm not going to judge the people that put those together, because I've realized now that that's pointless. They're people doing people things, and for me to sit here and judge them is kind of a useless behavior for me to exhibit. Because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't even ostensibly... I mean, I'm being a hypocrite, technically, if you really want to be, like, serious about this. Because I'm trying to convince you just through my words alone that what I'm saying is correct. But that's what I work with. I work with words. And those people work with advertisements. So I'm not sure... I have to delve deeper in myself in order to understand the dissonance there. But we're playing Doom 3, so let's do that another time. Listen, you. I have way more bullets than you do. Look, I can just shoot forever and not even care. At you, anyways. Eventually, I will run out. Those things look much scarier when they're upright. Like, that would freak me out if they ran into my house. Oh my god, look at all these bullets. Catharsis, here I come. Oh, is this really a good idea though? I mean, we could just die again. But I mean, if I'm afraid of that, then I'm not playing a video game very well, am I? I don't know how to get there. Maybe this was a bad idea. Especially since I already had all of these armor shards. Oh jeez. Is there another one coming? Good. This feels like we're gonna have to jump. Nope. Duck. Maybe it's always duck. I don't know. I don't have enough info to figure that out. What's down there? Death. Death is down there. Let's pretend I didn't do that. And let's pretend I didn't forget to save.
Reversing the EFR, mechanical subsystem with 2 possible routes. Extending the
Stop making you dizzy. Alright, I'm not actually sure what that sound is. I just made it. I think it's the catching up to where we were sound. This was a bad idea. I got cocky. Anyone else? Alright. Good. I meant to do that. Just wanted to gather you all in one area. So I could take you out more efficiently. This was all planned and not at all just a stupid mistake. Huh. You could jump up there. I don't know if you could actually get anywhere. I feel like Mr. Magoo. Oh, would you look at that? Oh my, what's going on out here? My platform seems to have been gone missing. What to do? Well, I guess, since there's nothing else to do. Oh my, look at the time. Oh, I seem to have found another platform. Oh, Mr. Magoo, you've done it again. I'm pretty sure that guy was lying the whole time. Like, there's one series of jokes where Mr. Magoo is just this idiot, and there's another series of jokes that I don't know if everyone else sees, but it's totally a thing I can't stop seeing, where Mr. Magoo is just pretending to be blind, or even just pretending to be incompetent because he's blind. Because he's blind, people be like, oh, he's blind, he can't fucking do shit. He's a blind guy, blind people can't do things. And then he's just super competent, which is an even funnier joke, honestly, a lot of the time. Because it's slightly subversive. But I don't know if they were that subversive in those times. I'm not even sure if I'm using the word subversive correctly. Alright, so we're almost back to where we were. Oh, fuck me. Well, at least we saved right before that. Yay, quick save! I really hope that sound is not horribly annoying on tape. Because then there's going to be like whole sections of this game where I'm just like, and then nothing was said. It's not that what I said was embarrassing or dumb or annoying. It's that I just didn't say anything for about 10 seconds. At random intervals. Don't even worry about it. I don't know where I got that card from. I'm glad I got it though. So remember, diligently quick save. This is one of those nice things that separates, that allows Doom 3 to have stupid sections like this. And then you don't even feel bad when you die, because you're like, oh, I should have quick saved, that was my fault. And you totally feel better about it. Like, it's not objectively different, but it's better. Because it's subjectively different. And we're creating video games which are entirely subjective experiences. I mean, yes, there is a thing out here doing calculations, but the thing that matters is the player's experience. I mean, other than that, it's really just a collection of colors and sounds, really. I mean, let's be fair. Look at this beautiful game. This is just a collection of random colors and sounds made meaningful by our brains. So, don't forget that. The important thing is the person's experience. Never, ever forget that, because we get shitty games when people forget that. We get really bad horror games when people forget that. They're like, oh, I can just set up a jump scare. Jump scares are scary. Yeah, one time if it's tangential, not as the game. That as a game is just not fun. We've seen that. And why? It's because you're not considering the subjective experience. And horror is all about subjectivity. Oh, baby, I want that. I mean, horror is nothing but subjective. You're literally scaring someone. You're using someone's ideas, their paradigms, everything they know, in order to turn their world for a couple of minutes into this sort of, like, personal hellscape. And Stephen King does it. Fucking... like, everyone does it. They just basically make your world seem strange, and as a result, you get scared by the dissonance. It's pretty normal. It's pretty human. I mean, walking down a dirt road is not in itself scary. Walking down a dirt road because you're afraid a psychopath is sitting in the bushes, now that's frightening. So is that. The dirt road doesn't change. It's you that changes. Also, whether or not there's a psychopath there, but that's really not related to whether or not you think there's a psychopath there. Unless you think there's a psychopath there, because he's staring at you! And is a giant spider. Wow, fucking... you're a huge spider! Stop using telepathy! What's wrong with you? Use your spider bits on me. Is it just like a spider thing I don't know about? Like, spider telepathy? Like, does Spider-Man have other powers that he's not told anyone about? Like, that would be fucking hilarious. Oh, she's dead already. That was it? You threw things at me, and I had to dodge them. Well, that's pretty cool. At least it was a neat model. There was nothing spider-related about this fight, except the room and the thing. This is the problem. This thing right here. You're gonna make a boss, you're gonna make a spider, make that meaningful. Otherwise, it might. I just literally could have fought like Stan from Walmart in a greeter vest, and it wouldn't have been a different fight.
Bravo team, entry secure. Move in and take positions. Quiet. Did you hear that? This is Lee.
Aw, snap.
Always clear.
It's the new Aliens game.
Here, Sam. What the hell? Lead, I'm swinging around left.
I figured it out. In the future, they figured out how to get rid of kickback on guns. It explains everything. Oh, son of a snap fuck. You guys should have practiced more trigger discipline. Why were you left alive? And everyone else was killed.
Warning. Coolant rod 2 offline.
Well, good.
Main reactor operation temperature exceeding safe levels.
Marine, Bravo team is down. Their operational status is unknown. They were carrying a military transmission card. They retrieved that card as it contains encoded data needed to send the distress signal to the fleet. They're the last hope to get reinforcements. Find that card and find it fast.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Bravo team is down, and we're the last hope for mankind. Or at least everyone on this station. So we're gonna call it here, because I like to keep an audience waiting when it's saving them from a horrible demon. But you're fine, because you just saw a spider die, so everyone's good. This is Trivial Punk. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go switch around some of the settings to see what kind of difference we can get. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.